Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Too Much Talent. I'm Matt, co-founder and CCO of Finlay, joined today by my fellow co-founders, Andre and Peter. Together, we're building Finlay, an AI-powered recruitment agency that makes hiring smarter, and we're raising kids at the same time. So today, we're straying far from AI agents and talking more about what happens when you mix diapers, deadlines, and a little bit of ambition. So to kick things off, tell us what is your role at Finlay, and yeah, how many sleepless nights are your kids giving you?
Hey Matt, thanks for having us. I'm Andre, the CEO of Finlay, and also a proud dad of a 3 months old newborn who actually doesn't really care about her daddy setting up his own business. So yeah, it's great to be here.
Nice.
Hey everyone, I'm Peter. I'm the CTO of Finlay, and I'm also dad to an 18-month-old baby girl. Come on, 1.6 years, who's getting into cars and trucks nowadays. And yeah, she can be nowadays like very loud on occasion. So usually this happens when I'm in a strategic meeting.
Can confirm. And I forgot to mention the name of this episode is Three Dads because the three of us are dads. I also have a 1-year-old boy who's already walking quite a lot, almost running, generally straight into trouble. I've saved him from, hurting himself several times. He's always climbing on things and trying to, go out the window, it seems. So, yeah. Cool. Let's jump into it. So far, what has been your funniest or most chaotic parenting moment while running Finlay?
I mean, for me as a father of a newborn, I actually didn't get so many opportunities to experience anything like too crazy or too funny, apart from just being, called off from the call by my wife because she needed the help with the baby and stuff. So I wish I could share something, more funnier, but I don't actually have anything like that,
Hmm.
to be honest. But it will come, I'm pretty sure.
Definitely, those moments are coming.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cover for you, Andre. I actually have two. So the first one, my little baby girl started to stand up. Was actually on an online call, and it was kind of like a cute peekaboo. When I was like very focused on looking at the people, looking at the talking heads, and suddenly like one small head popped out with a laugh. I was like, oh, okay, nice. The second one, the other day, I was struggling with a piece of code and I was like spending the whole day in debugging and things like this. And Valerie just came in, smacked my keyboard, deleted the whole thing. And I was like, okay, it might be a good idea to just start from scratch. And ever since that moment, the feature implementation got like just right away, and all my worries went away, went out of the window. So yeah, she's kind of like my personal offshore agency now.
Yeah, and I was thinking we could bring her onto the payroll in the next few months, maybe when she hits 2 years.
Yeah,
Mine is somewhat similar to Peter's second one, and I'm quite certain my son is going to be a musician or a drummer or something because, yeah, I was in the middle of an email to a potential client, and he decided that was the right time to practice his next drum solo, and accidentally sent the email with a bunch of gibberish there. But thank Google for their unsend feature. I was able to save it. Um,
Good one.
yeah, yeah. So, moving on to the next segment here. We've all had to make some tough choices and decisions as startup dads. What is one thing you've had to prioritize or sacrifice for either parenting or Finlay?
One thing. It's hard to pick one thing. It's a
But
lot,
if
but
you had to pick
on
one,
my end, I'll try. Yeah. Probably nothing, really surprising for anyone. It's been sleep, hands down. Between the late night feeds and strategizing for Finlay, I think I'm really running on caffeine and adrenaline. Most of the days. I would say over the past few days, it's probably more adrenaline than caffeine because it seems not to be working anymore. But yeah, that's it.
it's mm,
Oh yeah, the struggle is real. For me, I think personal life was kind of like a big sacrifice, but then again, like on the other side, it gets compensated by the work life becoming a little bit of a big part actually of my personal life, because we get like very close, both as founders and the whole team, since it's not that many of us. And sometimes it can be a little bit of a struggle, especially if you need to do like tough decisions on people you are working with a lot and liking a lot. But for the most part, it's really a good one. Also, I had to sacrifice my career as an amateur musician, at least for now.
Oh yeah. Fun fact for everyone out there, Peter was actually the first Slovak DJ to perform at the famous Burning Man in my home state.
Yeah, I mean, it sparked a bit of a controversy in my country just the other day, but yeah, I can confirm this one without further comments.
Nice one. Um, what is one way that we've supported each other as co-founders while balancing, home and work life?
I think it's definitely advantages not to be alone in this, and having like 3 dads in the founding teams out of 5, which is actually the majority of us. It brings a lot of understanding we have among ourselves. If there is some family emergency, we need to go to the doctor, a lot of unplanned stuff is happening. You cannot really plan for things when you are fresh parent as myself. I really appreciate, that there is no judgment and everybody just understands. Yeah. And in such a high pace environment, a startup, it's rare to have, this kind of dynamic. So I'm very grateful for that personally.
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, we've gotten really good at covering for each other. That's a part of what Andre said. So, like the other day when my baby had a fever overnight, and I had to go to take her to the doctor, you guys took over my meetings without like any hesitation, any judgment. Nobody's really like frowning on this one. Yeah, that's real teamwork, I think.
Mm. Yeah, true, definitely. And that extends to the culture we're trying to build here at Finlay. We want to create a place where people don't ever have to choose between being a great parent and a great professional and great worker, right? Great CTO. And of course, our technology helps a little bit, right? Always have to have a small, quick plug here. How does Finlay make life easier for people who are juggling so much at once? So there might be recruiters or hiring managers out there who are parents. So how does it help them?
I would say by saving the time in general, because hiring is a full-time job on its own. But with Finlay, we're helping recruiters, managers to focus on the best candidates quickly. So actually they can spend less time sifting through CVs, and really like do more what matters. Yeah, whether this is a candidate experience or anything else. This is the biggest thing from my end.
Yeah, 100%. Like focusing on building relationships with people, candidates is the most important part, and that's what we do allow them to focus on.
No, exactly. From my perspective, it's about working smarter, not harder. Whether you're a startup founder, a recruiter, somebody from corporate, or just someone trying to find the work-life balance that we keep on wrangling about for the whole episode.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Last thing before we wrap up, what is your number one survival tip for startup or working parents?
Okay, can I be really honest in here? Don't have kids when you're starting your business. That would be my number one advice to start with.
But what if
I'm
it's
kidding.
too late?
Yeah.
What if it's too late?
Yeah, so let's pretend that you're in my position. Yeah. Look, I really feel like, and obviously I'm really kidding in here. Yeah, but I feel like parenting can be really hard. Sometimes it feels like you cannot really see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, simple example, right? Like, will the baby ever let you sleep for more than 6 hours straight, or even 6 hours straight? Because that's a big win, right? And I feel like building startup is very similar. You just basically have to stay positive. You have to keep grinding, and you'll eventually get there. So yeah, that's my advice.
Nice one. Peter?
Totally. I mean, yeah, startups can feel like a no pain, no gain situation like most of the time. And from your perspective, don't try to do it on your own. Don't try to do everything yourself. I think like my pro tip is like accept help and even better, like keep on asking for it proactively, whether it's from your colleagues, your partner, your grandparents, even AI if need be. Trust me, it's really a lifesaver.
Mm, yeah, very good one. I think mine would be to celebrate all the small wins. So whether it's struggling to get them to sleep and you finally get them to take their nap, or when you sign a small client or a big client, celebrate all of those things. It all adds up and helps you to succeed, really. All right. Well, thanks, Omre and Peter, for sharing the joys and challenges of startup dad life with everybody. At Finlay, we're on a mission to make hiring easier so that everybody, parents included, can really focus on what matters most. We'd love to hear your stories and tips if you have some as well on balancing parenting and work. So feel free to share in the comments. And if you need some help with hiring, hit me up, matt@finlay.ai. See you next time and good luck with your next diaper or deadline. Thanks, guys.